Let's go to segment 2 here. Non-competes. A couple years back, just to set the table here a little bit, FTC, I think this may have been Lena Khan, created this non-compete rule. Basically said no enforcement at all. That was then stopped by a district court. They had stopped that rule. Then the FTC appealed. Then the FTC steps to dismiss its own appeal in the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. So that non-compete rule, again, comprehensive ban on essentially everything. That is not in effect. And then just last month or so, this is from Human Resources Director, Texas court enforces a non-compete after rival employer promises to cover fallout. Let's just review some of the facts here, and then we'll get your commentary. Anesthesia Associates, a group that's been in this area for decades, right? Lost the contract for one reason or another. These were the 4 CRNAs involved. Those are the names straight from the public disclosure. Emergent Health, whose chief operating officer we just had on the show last week, Tracy Young, friend of the show, was here, but we did not talk about this because he's under a non-disclosure agreement. So just to review the timeline here, they lost their contract August 1st, right? Post-contract, the CRNAs move and join the new group. And the agreement, as outlined in the legal documents, was effectively that Emergent Health contractually agrees to cover the legal costs and damages. They said, hey, we'll take care of it. We'll buy you out, right? It goes to court. Now the latest has been the court is siding with the plaintiff. That is the original anesthesia group, Anesthesia Associates, against those CRNAs. And now this is heading to a full trial on June 8th. So a lot of ways we can take this, but I want to get your initial thoughts and comments, not just on this case, but maybe restrictive covenants. Generally, this won't be the last time this comes up in the service sector. Randy Moore, thoughts? Any thoughts from you on this issue?
I mean, we spend a lot of time thinking about, in some cases, trying to navigate around the barrier of non-competes, right? So
yeah, us too.
We're a company that is growing. We like to grow. It'd be a stretch to say the industry standard, but is the industry norm to say that, most anesthesia clinicians have some form of restrictive covenant within their employment contract, whether it's with a hospital, but certainly more you see this much more frequently with a private group. And it's not uncommon for us to take contracts from these private groups, and then we have to kind of navigate around these non-competes. I think the Texas case is particularly interesting, not just because we know all of the players, and we have a significant presence in Texas, and we're growing in Texas for a variety of different reasons, some of which involve the FTC intervention with USCP. Is that the challenge here is that and this is where I go back to my other comment about competition. And I have a knee-jerk strong predisposition towards ensuring that competition is in play so that things get better. Service, cost, quality get better. I think the hypothesis that the group that won the contract was that, okay, we're going to protect the clinicians and we're going to buy them out. We're going to do the buyout. What the court has said, well, time out. This is not just a buyout. This is, they have to, was it 2 years? They would have to sit on the penalty bench for 2 years before they can.
I believe 3 years and 20 miles was the
3 year
restrictive covenant. Yeah,
that's insane. I don't know why anyone would sign a 3-year restrictive covenant, but
because somebody on the internet told them it wasn't enforceable. That's why. I mean, I'm serious. People do that, right?
I think the hypothesis was we'll buy them out. We'll buy them out, and then that will give them the leeway to be able to be employed by this incoming group. That doesn't seem to be, and we'll see how this plays out, but that doesn't seem to be the way that the courts in Texas are viewing that. It's that restrictive covenant is enforceable for the length of time that was found within their employment agreement. And that has significant implications, obviously, not only to the clinicians, but to how folks approach anesthesia transitions in Texas.
Gary, thoughts here? Do you have a restrictive covenant you want to share?
Yeah, I have a restrictive covenant, right?
Me too.